So Fireflies is about falling in love for the first time. And it talks about specific things that, you're going through with this person for the first time, summer love, and just kind of all those feelings you get. And Fireflies is just reminiscent of summer at night and just hanging out with that person and having fun. And when I first heard it, it immediately brought me back to the first time I fell in love. And, you really never forget your first love. So when I heard it, I was like, so many people are going to be able to relate to this. And that's why I love it so much. Oh my gosh. When I first heard Fireflies on Radio Disney, I was in my room, just kind of, when I was younger, I listened to Radio Disney all the time, and I'm still like a Disney fanatic. So when I first got word that it was going to play, I was freaking out, but I actually taped myself listening to it for the first time, and tears were forming, and I was like, I can't believe this is happening, because I used to listen to it all the time, and it's a once in a lifetime thing, your first experience with hearing your song on the radio, especially Radio Disney, because it just meant so much to me. And going there and actually, doing an interview with them was just incredible. So great. Growing up, I kind of got my start in music in church. My dad was the worship leader there, so I would sing with him every Sunday, and so I have a lot of different influences musically by different singers and different genres. I listen to a lot of gospel and pop, but a few of my biggest influences are the really, the powerhouse singers, like Martina McBride was a huge one for me, Celine Dion, Faith Hill, and just all of those kind of women that are just powerhouses, and Shania Twain, all those. So those are big ones for me, because I love standing there and giving it my all and singing it out. So that's my thing. Martina McBride. For sure, yeah. And I actually got the chance to meet Martina at the last ACM Awards, and she's just the sweetest. I actually covered one of her songs on SiriusXM, The Highway, A Broken Wing, and I was like, hi, I'm that girl who covered your song, and she was like, I actually heard it, and it was amazing, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. So I'm such a fangirl, but yeah. I've always known from when I was a really young girl. I remember my first solo was in church. If you could believe this, I was 5 years old, and I sang Silent Night in German at church. I don't know how I did that. I definitely messed up a couple words, but I knew from then on that I wanted to be a singer. I just always kind of knew, and it was in my family. My sister's a singer, my dad's a singer, my mom was like my manager. So yeah, it was always something that I wanted to do. Actually, the CMA Fest, I was the most nervous I've ever been, just because I always, heard about CMA Fest and how big it is, and just the fact that I was actually going to perform on the Hard Rock main stage at CMA Fest. I was super nervous, and I'm usually not very nervous. I've done so many shows before, and I'm just kind of used to it, and absolutely love doing it. But for the CMA Fest, for some reason, I was super nervous, super excited though. Not like a bad nervous, definitely more excited. So. I think all of us kind of get a little nervous, but once I'm on stage and I hit that first note, it just kind of goes away, and I feel like I'm at home. Okay. So yeah. Actually, A couple of my best friends, they're always like, oh my gosh, April, do you think that people are going to know who you are when we go out? Should we like wear disguises? And I'm like, come on guys, seriously. But no, I mean, they like joke around with me, but not really. I mean, I have such really good and close friends, and they're just so great and supportive, and they've always been supportive of me, even when I was just starting out and just starting to write my own stuff. So when I did premiere on Radio Disney, they were there and they were just like super excited, and it's just the same way they've always been. So I'm really thankful to have friends and family that are so supportive. Yes, if I could go back, I would tell myself, my young self, naive self, to not be afraid to be who you are and to write the music that best represents who you are, and not worry about what's going to sound good on the radio. Because I think when I first started writing music, that's all I was worried about was what's going to be on the radio, what's going to sound good, and I wasn't really like, I need to figure out who I am. So I would suggest doing that, and also networking is so important. So I would just say, just kind of put yourself out there and go out and meet people. And I mean, that's how I did it when I first moved to Nashville. I just kind of engulfed myself in the music scene, and that's kind of how I got to where I am today. Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's a good one. I'm thinking about that one. I love Nick Jonas, his new song Levels. I think it's awesome, such a like fun groove. Maddie and Tay, I absolutely love Maddie and Tay. When I first heard their song, Girl in a Country Song, I was like, yes, girl power. But I really love their song Fly, so Fly. Kelsey Ballerini, I love her so much. Yeah, Dibs.